One of the craziest experiences I've ever had is to receive a commission from the President of the United States to become a commissioned officer in the United States Marine Corps. And ultimately, the experiences, the crazy things that you get to do, the training, the exercises, all of it sort of leads up to important life lessons that I still carry with me to this day. So there's this culminating hike during our training to become officers in the US Marine Corps, and it's about 15 miles long. We have about 100 to 120 pounds on our back, including our Kevlar helmet, our Kevlar vest, our weapon, our pack with all our gear, and we're in full camouflage utilities, and we're supposed to hike 15 miles. And we're going at a breakneck speed. We're going very, very fast. So this is going up and down hills. We're going on rugged terrain, and a lot of people are getting hurt. A lot of people are passing out. And I remember me being a 5'6" guy, and I'm looking to my right and my left, and there are a lot bigger guys that are 6 foot, 6'4", you know, linebackers from college, and they are doing the same exact thing as I am. It's about what you can do, what you can accomplish, and they're not gonna give you a hand just because you're smaller, and they're not gonna help you out just because you can't do something. This 15-mile hike was meant to break you, and one of the things I realized was having one of my buddies out there. We're doing the hike, we're mile 12, mile 13, and this guy is just singing. And he's singing very loudly, he's singing a tune, and that's what I learned. Sometimes you have to embrace the suck, because there are going to be just so many bad things that you have to go through throughout life. And you can either choose to be a sad person, choose to be depressed, or you can choose to be happy and embrace it, to really accept the situation for what it is. Because if you can't change it, the next best thing is to accept it and do the best that you can. Ductus, Exemplo. Lead by example. That's the motto at the basic school, where we learn to become a platoon commander and to serve and to be a leader within a group of Marines. Start within your own small circle. How can you be a good example to your siblings, to your parents, to your children, to your friends? What are some of the good habits that you can to embody and to embrace within your daily life to inspire others? Is it your courage? Is it your personality? Is it your way you talk to people and how you treat others? Are you kind? One of the most crazy experiences that I've had in the Marine Corps was when I got the opportunity to support the Marine Corps Special Operations Unit, MARSOC. And these are the cool special operators that are kicking down doors, going overseas, deploying, and doing all the crazy missions that you hear about in the books and the movies. During my time serving alongside these brave men was seeing the casualties, seeing the men come home in a body box, and seeing the sadness of the parents that came in order to receive the flag for their fallen son. And these men were very young. They were 25, 24, the same age as I was when I was serving. And it just reminds you that life is short. There are so many opportunities that we, the living, get to have every single day that we often take for granted, and we forget how much other people would love to trade places with us, to be able to be healthy, to be able to be young. And I'm not gonna wait and put things off. I'm gonna live as if I don't have that much time, because you never know how life is gonna turn out. And that was probably the most important life lessons I learned in the Marine Corps. Hey guys, if you're enjoying this video and you're getting some value out of it, please, 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 if you can just click the like button and actually subscribe, that would be really, really helpful, because it helps the YouTube algorithm actually show my content to more people. As always, thank you for watching. As a young Marine officer, I was taught that leaders eat last. The junior Marine gets to eat first. And that goes from the private all the way to the general. And It taught me a valuable life lesson. If you're a leader in any situation, make sure your team gets what they need in order to accomplish their goals. And if that requires sacrifice from you as a leader, and if that requires extra work and for you to grit your teeth and go through something difficult, you do it in order to make sure that your team is successful. Sometimes you can put 110% effort, do everything right, and you can still fail. Whether that was in a training scenario where you were going through hell and back in order to try to accomplish a mission, in order to make sure that your Marines are well taken care of, or it's something small. Maybe it's a presentation. You did everything right, you knew what you were gonna say, and when you got up there, something happened. Maybe it was the anxiety, maybe it was the pressure, maybe it was just something that just came out of the blue. And that's just how life is sometimes. You can do everything right, but you can still fail. Sometimes it's out of your control. And those things that are out of control, you can either look at it negatively and cast yourself as a failure, cast yourself into depression and be sad and to grovel in your own misery, or you can choose to look at the positive side. The outcome is just the outcome. The expectation is just the expectation, because even if you failed, you did all the right things, and that is a positive attitude that you can carry you far throughout everything that you do in life. And there's a quote that I really love by Robert Schuller. It's better to do something imperfectly than to do nothing perfectly. Take care of your tribe, the people that are under your charge, that your friends, your community, your family. My tribe was my Marines. And one of the most valuable lessons that I learned that I carry out to this day is to make sure that people around you, that are surrounding you in your environment, are taken care of. Be proactive, be a leader in your relationships, in your friendships, and make sure people are okay, because this world is tough and we're gonna get knocked down, kicked, punched in the face from time to time. And whether that is just showing up for your friends at their weddings, showing up and saying hello, and just being a positive force in your environment, your surroundings, carries a lot of weight, more than you know. One of the most important life lessons I received when I was a young Marine Corps officer was to do the right thing even when no one's watching. When no one cares whether or not you exercise, when no one cared if you woke up early and you kept that promise to yourself, when you told someone that you were gonna do something and be somewhere and be on time to some place, that you actually honor your word. When no one else cares, but you care, you should care, right? What you said, of the words that you say, and you do your darndest best and to put it in the effort to where it matters, because have the moral courage to do the things that you say you're gonna do, and also at the same time to stand up for ideas and to stand up for people that are in a position that they can't defend themselves. Perception is reality. My young Marines were going to look up to me for guidance. If I was stressed, they were stressed. If I'm gonna freak out, they're gonna freak out. Whether that is your family, whether that is your significant other, whether that is your actual team, they're looking for you to be strong. And that doesn't mean that you can't feel sad or you can't feel weak, but when the time comes, when the most important time matters, take it upon yourself and be proactive, to be the leader, to be the role model, to be a positive force for change. One of the things that the Marines beat into you is discipline. To do things when you don't feel like it, when you don't want to do it, when you're tired, sick, hungry, and doing it anyways. I mean, there's just a lot of things in life that you just don't really want to do, but you know it's good for you and that you should probably do anyways. And to have the discipline and to instill the discipline in yourself by having systems in place, by changing your environment to being the type of person that you want to be, is going to carry you very far in life. The Marine Corps taught me to have a thick skin. A lot of the things that you're gonna do in life, you're gonna get criticized, people are gonna talk behind your back, and they're not really gonna know your perspective. Only you know yourself best. And if you listen to all the criticism, if you listen to everybody out there to give their opinions on whatever you're doing in life, you're never gonna get started, because there's always going to be someone that's gonna tell you to don't do something, to tell you that you're doing it wrong, or you should do it this way, or you should do it that way. And you're not gonna be able to live your life to the fullest. And to live a life that is full to you is personal, and no one else is going to know what that is except for you. And you're going to discover that as you gain more experience in life. Not all advice is meant for you. A lot of times advice is a projection of the giver of that advice. And so you got to reach down, you got to understand who you are, develop a thick skin, and to move on and move forward in life in whatever you do. So those are the 10 life lessons that I learned in the US Marine Corps that has served me well. What do you think?